traditions are what help foster a spirit of gratitude and worship. So what are you creating together that is going to be something that you can go back to every year, that everybody looks forward to?
Maybe it's a time of firsts. Maybe it's a time where you're making that first reach out to say, hey, I'm thankful that we co-parent. Never underestimate what God can do when you humble your heart.
Your blended family has a 100% chance of success when you do it God's way.
We are Blended Kingdom Families, and we want to provide biblical resources to heal and restore families with a message of hope for the next generation.
Let's get after it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the BKF podcast. We are so excited to be joining you on this amazing Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
Super excited.
Super excited.
Weather is great.
Yes.
Unbelievable. We have football coming on. It is so many great things that are happening this week in food and family. It's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful week.
Yeah. And so you guys, we just wanted to do an episode really just on being thankful and just having gratitude and thankfulness during this season. You know, it can be hard, especially, being in a blended family when our kiddos are transitioning to the other parent's house and they're not with us. You know, that can sometimes leave a void. And as parents, that can be hard. I know as a single parent for years, co-parenting, doing that was really hard. But we just want to just talk about some things that can foster a heart and mind of gratitude and thankfulness that can really help set us up for success and encourage us and give us hope in the season.
Well, and I understand that every circumstance brings about a feeling, but what we're trying to really convey here is just there's so much to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And again, I think that starts with us really sitting down and getting honest and saying, hey, you know, there may be certain circumstances that are not good, but overall, I'm so thankful for health. I'm so thankful for, prosperity, for a house, for food, for just the things that I know a lot of people can sometimes take for granted.
Yeah.
And so that's a good time just to set that reminder.
Well, I think gratitude and Thanksgiving begins with cultivating a heart of thankfulness and a grateful heart. And your gratitude can really deepen your relationship with the Lord and in your marriage and in your blended family. So just being grateful and thankful for the things that we have. In 1 Thessalonians 5:18, it says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. And so I think regardless of what we're experiencing in the holiday season, we can still foster that heart of gratefulness and thankfulness. You know, I know, I have some friends that, they've lost loved ones. And so coming into the holiday seasons can be very hard, especially our senior pastors. They lost their daughter a couple of years ago. And so I know, hearing their story and some of the things that they've talked about, holidays and birthdays and anniversaries can especially be difficult. But one thing that they do talk about, and I want to talk about their book too, is when we have Jesus as our anchor and that hope, we have so much to be grateful for and thankful for. And Pastor Ed and Lisa, they have an amazing book coming out. Yeah,
it's called A Path Through Pain.
Yeah.
And for those families who have experienced, death of family members, or really, I look at this as a kind of a broader concept as well. It's just, we understand that as humans, we have a sinful nature, and sometimes bad things happen.
Yeah.
And we can experience pain because we're human. Jesus experienced pain.
Yeah.
But with gratitude and with the right focus, we can find peace through that, and we can also find the joy again too.
Yeah.
And really having that cemented foundation with Jesus is that way through that.
Yeah.
And I think that book is just a tremendous example for somebody who's experiencing that, just to pick it up and go, because I know a lot of people are like, I don't know if I'll feel joy again. And I think that book will be a tremendous resource just of kind of guiding them and opening the doors of saying, hey, there is joy. There's ability to give thanks in all circumstances. So even in the midst of your most challenging situation, you can find peace in that, and you can find laughter again, and you can find family and community to be enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, and I think what you just said with family and community, I think this is a big part of, I think that these relationships can help lay a great foundation for, gratitude. And, when we gather with loved ones during the holidays, it provides an opportunity to strengthen family bonds. It provides opportunity to strengthen relationships. It provides opportunity to build trust, and even relationships that may have been fractured. Holidays are always a great time to, kind of extend that olive branch. We've talked about that before, and maybe start mending some of those relationships, maybe start bridging over and looking at, the things that you can be grateful for about them. One thing that I always try to practice is that in any given situation where maybe something doesn't go my way, or, it's a bad day, it's like, okay, God, what are the 3 gifts in this situation? In the midst of something that can be extremely painful, God, what is the gift in this? And it may be that, you know what, Vanessa, the gift is that you've been drawn closer to me. Maybe the gift is that this situation has given you more knowledge and wisdom for the future in a certain area of life or whatever. It could be that, in this situation, I now know what to do moving forward, whatever that is. I think we can always find the gift in any situation that we're experiencing, and have gratitude for that. Going through trials and going through difficult things, that can help build up our gratitude for life and for the Lord and for our family. And so,
yeah. Well, I love that you brought up extending the olive branch. We've actually talked about it every year since the inception of this ministry, that the holidays are just such a great first time.
Yeah.
And that opportunity, as we kind of talk about traditions, it's that opportunity because we know with blended families, sometimes, the kids are with you one holiday and then maybe they're gone the next year.
Yeah.
But it's a great time to maybe extend the olive branch and say, hey, listen, I know this made sense, 3 or 4 years ago, but the kid's a little bit older now. And I know your grandparents are getting a little older, and, maybe it's time for us just to kind of work together and say, hey, Thanksgiving, what time are you doing? Are you going to do lunch? Are you going to do dinner?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do lunch. Okay, well, we'll do dinner, and let's just kind of transport back and forth, and so that the children can have that day with both sets of grandparents. It's a great opportunity to revisit great conversations and saying, hey, listen, does this still work? Or can we be thankful that we've had a good year of co-parenting? Or can we be thankful that we had a good year of not fighting?
Yeah.
Just kind of looking at those things, and establishing healthy traditions.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people look at the holidays with blended families and they look at it with anxiety.
Yes.
They look at it and they say, this is going to be hard because I don't know, what's going to happen this day, or if somebody's going to say something or do this. I know that you and I are having different conversations with Michael graduating next year of going, hey, listen, we're here. If you want to come hang out with us, great.
Yeah.
But if that's your choice now.
Yeah.
And we're hopeful that tradition will stay continued. And, but we want to make that the easiest way possible. What other family traditions can you think of and things that are important there?
Well, I think, traditions are what help foster a spirit of gratitude and worship. So as a family, what are you creating together that is going to be something that you can go back to every year, that everybody looks forward to? It's something that, your family gets excited about. And I mentioned this before on a previous podcast, but for us, Thanksgiving week, we set up the Christmas tree on Thanksgiving Day, and our kids always look forward to that. They always look forward to putting the ornaments on the tree.
You look forward to this.
I look forward to it. And then after they put all the ornaments on, y'all, I secretly go back and redo them, so that it looks nice. But yeah, it's something that we look forward to. And through that, the kids bond with Michael, our littles bond with Michael, our oldest, and we have a good time watching them do that together. I think another thing that fosters gratitude and thankfulness is reflection and prayer. When we're consistently just taking things to the Lord, but sitting in just that quiet time with him and in his presence, and reflecting on everything that the Lord has brought us through, everything that he's done, even the things that we know that he's in right now and working on. It's always good just to reflect on, God, you are so good. And God, thank you so much. Just having that time with him to thank him and praise him for who he is and what he's done. And then prayer, take time, not only for personal reflection and prayer during the Thanksgiving week, but, creating that quiet space for introspection. And you can do that alone, but you can also do that with your spouse and as a blended family. I know at Thanksgiving, it's like, hey, what are we thankful for? What has been one thing that we've been thankful for this year? And you go around and you share that, and it just provides a great time to reflect and reflect on memories and build that time up.
Well, guys, the holiday season is a great season, and it's made for the family. Mm-hmm. It's made to celebrate. It's made to give Thanksgiving. It's made for families, blended or not, to spend time together. And hopefully it's a time as we kind of can close that year. Mm-hmm. It's a time of reflection where we look back and we look at what God's taken us through and his goodness and what he's preparing for us in the following year. Yeah. So our hope from Blended Kingdom Families is this is a time of a joyous time. Yes. That maybe it's a time of firsts. Maybe it's a time where you're making that first reach out to say, hey, I'm thankful that we co-parent, or I'm thankful for you as his father or his mother. Never underestimate what God can do when you humble your heart and when you're praying for the other person to humble theirs. Because that just may be that one reflection moment where it's like, okay, this holiday season we changed and we decided to move in a different direction. So that's our hope and our prayer for you this holiday season.
And we just want to say too, from Blended Kingdom Families, we are thankful for this community, and we're just really thankful for the Lord that we get to partner with each and every one of you in this blended family journey. And you guys, it is an honor to serve you all. We truly enjoy what we get to do every single day, and we count it a joy and a blessing. And with gratitude and thankfulness in our hearts, we just want to say thank you for being on this journey with us and for allowing us to speak into you and minister to you. It truly is amazing to see and hear what the Lord has done in the lives of blended families and marriages. And so from all of us, we are just grateful and thankful for you all, and we look forward to what the Lord has in the we're coming to the closing of the year, but we're excited for what he has in 2024 and for all of you as well. So thank you, and we wish you all a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
And even better if the Cowboys win this week. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day.
Be blessed in all that you do.
Hey guys, so glad you were here with us today, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
And you can find more resources from Blended Kingdom Families at blendedkingdomfamilies.com. Join us again next time as we hang out with more amazing podcast guests. And remember, nothing will be impossible with God.